Oh my god, frick. Oh. Hi everyone, welcome back to the 7th episode in my Bagging the Munros series. This week, me and my mate Owen are climbing the 3 Munros at Beinn, which are Carn Liath, Braigh Coire Chruinn-bhalgain and Carn Liath. I'm getting all these pronunciations from the Munros book because if I didn't have this book, then I'd have no idea where to start with pronouncing any of these Munro names. But the start of this walk is at the end of a public section of Monsey Road near Loch Morrig. You can find the start location on the Walk Highlands website. And for this walk, you can either go clockwise or anti-clockwise when doing the Beinn 3. But we decided to take the anti-clockwise route, which saved us that long slog back to the car, which I definitely recommend and I think was the right decision. But the majority of groups walking on the same day were walking in the clockwise direction. On the Walk Highlands website, this walk says it should take roughly 8 to 10 hours to complete. This is the 3D rendering of the GPS data from our Beinn ghlo walk. You can see we decided to take the long walk in, which took us nearly 3 hours to do. This walk took a very similar time to the previous week's Munro, Beinn, which you can go and watch if you haven't seen that in the previous video. But on this walk we decided to have our lunch just before the second Munro top, before continuing to the third Munro and then back to the car park. We started the walk just before 8:10 and the car park was already pretty full when we took off. There was multiple people sleeping in the tents beside all the cars. I accidentally woke up after peeping my horn, so apologies to those guys. But you just keep heading up the path and there'll be a gate on your right hand side that you'll have to go through.
Why are you taking a video of it being terrorised?
Go on, jump over. They're pretty cute. Yeah, I think them lambs had somehow crawled under the fence and yeah, I don't think they knew how to get back to their mum on the other side of the fence, so I think they were just panicking on that side. Yeah, the walk in is mostly just following this path, so it is pretty easy to navigate. Just up ahead is the Y junction where you can choose to either go clockwise round the route or go anti-clockwise. But we took the anti-clockwise route.
So I'm saying we should take them every time just in case.
That was Owen complaining about the 20-minute walking because he'd rather take a bike than walk that 20 minutes. Thanks, Owen.
Yep.
Once you've walked down a bit further, you'll get to another Y junction where you're taking a left this time. Delete it. We saw a path off to our left once we went a bit further and it looked like a potential shortcut, so we decided that we'd try it out, and actually was a success, but it hadn't been raining for a long time, so I don't know if this is maybe quite boggy when there has been quite a lot of rain, but it was fine for us, and yeah, the shortcut was successful. Ah, okay. I think I was just always facing north or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. At the third Y junction, you take a right this time to go down the small hill that's in front of you. Everyone that walks knows they start having the most random conversations, so yeah, here's one of our random conversations speaking about the old Roman siege weapons. As you're walking more into the valley, there is a few little streams that you have to cross to get to the top of the first Munro. What do you say? Bedroll? We were just speaking about the stuff that we're going to take for when we do stay in tents when we're climbing other Munros. This is probably the most physically exhausting part of the walk, and you can probably already tell that by how much I'm panting.
Yeah.
Once you get to the top of this ridge, you start getting some really nice views down into the valley. They must have went the other way as well. That was us just realising how many people actually were going round the other direction. I think when we got to this point, we saw roughly like 5 or 6 different groups who had came clockwise round this route. On Carn and Nan Gower, we got fall summited really hard twice, and I'll just let you see the footage, but it's seriously misleading. Oh my god, we've been wrecked. Oh. No. No. Oh. So we got to the top of the next one, we saw the trig point, we're like, oh yes, we're definitely here. And then... No. Not again. It doesn't look far, but it's just so annoying when you think you've reached the top and you realise that you're not there yet. But eventually we made it to the top in 3 hours and 30 minutes. I think some sun cream's running in my eye just now.
Yeah, I got it in my mouth.
The weather was meant to be like cloudy all day, so I didn't bring any sun cream, but luckily Owen did bring sun cream, and we'd been really badly burnt on the last one, so yeah, we definitely needed sun cream for this one because it was so hot. This was one of the other quite exhausting parts as we started to make our way up to the second Munro. It took us just under 4 hours and 50 minutes to get to the top of the second Munro. Just like that, wind's gone as well. Apart from like
I was getting like the same shot from Aldi. I get the same one in Sainsbury's.
Fuck. Wonder what sort of bird that was. Now we're just coming to the dip between the second and third Munro, and we were just going to start the final incline of the day. Once you complete the first initial steep incline, the rest of the walk up to the top is quite flat. Here you can see the other 2 Munros that we've climbed, and you can see how far we've actually walked. Owen was just speaking about my facial expressions there, and yeah, I just had a massive grin around my face. From here, we were just making our descent back down to the car park, and you can see the cars all the way from the very top of the mountain, so it's nice knowing how far you've still got left to do. I am pretty slow on the steep declines just because I've got a really dodgy left knee, so I've got a physio appointment soon, so hopefully I won't be slow down the decline anymore. Yeah, I've made good time. Flat ground. Oh. That is nice. Sorry for the bad camera work, there's my big thumbs covering up the bottom left corner. This is where we did realise we definitely made the right decision by going anti-clockwise, because the long walk back would have been horrendous. But we got back to the car park after 7 hours and 42 minutes, just after having a roughly 25-minute lunch. But now it's time to get into some of the stats. So the 3 Munros that we did, Carn Liath was the tallest at 1,121 metres, and Carn Liath was the smallest at 975 metres. They were my 12th, 13th and 14th Munros, so I am now 5% of the way completed. Carn Liath is the 32nd tallest Munro, and the total distance of the walk was 22 kilometres. So the start time was 8:08 and we finished at 16:08, so the total time including the extras were 8 hours long. It took us 3.5 hours to get to the top of the first Munro, and from the first Munro to the third Munro it took us 2 hours and 40 minutes. The final time was 7 hours and 42 minutes. And I burned just over 6,000 calories with an average heart rate of 117 beats per minute. And this was our slowest walk, and our speed was 2.9 kilometers an hour. Because it took us 7 hours and 42 minutes, I'm giving this one a speed of 3.5 stars, and difficulty is the inverse of the speed, so I give this one a difficulty of 1.5 stars. The scenery on this walk was 4 stars, no part of the walk was boring, and there's always something to look at. So with my formula, the recommended rating for this walk is 4 stars. Because you made it to the end of the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future hill walking videos. I'll see you in the next one.